Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be making a video right now. I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to make a YouTube video for the longest time. I've just been super nervous. I don't want my first video to be crappy that I put out, and I just realized that I really can't expect to be perfect in my first video. I'm gonna try my best to make it as good as I can, especially for this being my first time editing and posting on YouTube. Today I really just want to talk about how I started my business at 14. I want to share a little bit of my backstory, how I started, where I am now, and I want to give you guys some tips that I wish that I had starting my business. So let's get right into it. So for those of you who are new, my name is Kendra. I started the business Mantra Minerals. I sell crystals, mineral specimens from basically all over the world. I have an account through Instagram where I spend most of my time advertising, posting product pictures. I also have a Twitter, which is where I technically started my social media. It's super good for exposure, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not as active on there as I am on Instagram. So basically the way I started was I have loved crystals since I was a little kid. I would remember going to the airport when we would travel, and the first thing I would do is run to the gift shop and go to the little treasure chest with the little dyed agate stones, and I would fill like 3 pouches, and that was just like the highlight of my trip. And I did that for years before I got into the more expensive specimens. Of course, I was just a little girl, didn't really know better but a shiny rock, and I was just super attracted to them. So the way I first started selling crystals was I actually started out on Depop just selling old clothes, stuff I didn't use anymore. And of course I've been collecting crystals since I was a little girl. I was like, maybe I could sell some of these old crystals in my collection that don't really vibe with me anymore, and I could earn more money to buy more crystals for myself. I didn't really think of it as starting a business at first. I was kind of just clearing out old stuff so that I could buy more new stuff. Obviously I was 14, I couldn't get a job. There was really no way for me to make an income to buy myself some pretty rocks. I started on Depop. I would sell stuff, and if you don't know what Depop is, it's kind of like an app, like a thrift store app, I would like to say, but you can sell handmade items. It's not all thrifted stuff. A lot of people will flip stuff. It's a super cool app to shop on. I would like stay up super late scrolling through. I used to buy crystals from other people on Depop, and it was just super fun. It's a really fun app. They do take a percentage of your sales, which most apps do, or payment options like PayPal, but obviously it didn't mean too much to me as a 14-year-old girl just trying to buy some crystals. So after starting on Depop, I noticed that my crystals would sell pretty quick, and I was starting to build a clientele just through Depop selling my old stones. There were people who were super interested in them, and it was a really good feeling because it was something that I loved to do. I was passionate about it, and it was my hobby, and it felt like it was becoming my job, which it eventually did. After I was done with Depop, I kind of faded out from using the app. I eventually switched to Big Cartel, which I just used the free version, and Big Cartel is honestly great. I loved that website. I just had the free version, so my website would have Mantra Minerals and then .bigcartel.com. I didn't have a domain yet, and the way I started selling through Big Cartel was I made a Twitter account, and Twitter was super fun. I kind of started out advertising my business on Twitter. It's really good for exposure because people can share it, retweet it. Some people do artist retweet groups, so you can just send your newest post and everybody will retweet and like it, share it to their audience. It's an amazing app to start out for sure. I believe when I turned about 17, my cousin reached out to me to do a little bit of a business partnership, and the way this worked was because I was looking for a business license to use. I wasn't officially a legal business yet. I wasn't making a ton of sales, hadn't crossed my mind yet, and in the beginning of this, I never really thought I want to start a crystal business. It really just flowed naturally. It was just me trying to rehome some of my crystals so that I could make an income. So with my cousin, we did a little partnership for 1 year. Basically, he invested an amount into my business that I could use to purchase inventory to really jumpstart my business and have a selection to offer and become more than just selling my personal collection. That ended in 2019, I believe. And now I'm completely on my own, and I'm super happy. I learned so much from that partnership, but I'm very happy to be on my own, making my full income, working for myself, and I'm just super thankful to be where I am now. I've met so many amazing people throughout this entire thing. Honestly, it's like there's nothing better than meeting someone who has the same interests as you, and there are so many amazing people in the crystal community. It's just, I love it so much. After I had a little bit more inventory and I started to build a clientele for selling these crystals, I switched from Big Cartel to Wix, and I did that for less than a year. I paid for the full year when I got that website, but I honestly just did not have a good experience with Wix. I had a lot of money that was on hold that I called about like probably 6 times, and it was a big nightmare. I ended up switching before my year subscription even ended. I just was not a fan. I don't know what happened. A lot of people love Wix, so you can give it a try, but I personally would not recommend that website. After Wix, I switched to Shopify, and hands down, this is the best website that I have ever used. They're just amazing. They have every feature I could ever want as a business owner. The analytics are super detailed. You can see everything, who's on your website, how many people are on your website, how much each customer spends on average, and it's an amazing website. I have had 0 issues, and I highly recommend it if you're kind of making more sales and ready to switch to a larger website builder platform. Highly recommend. So after having my business kind of promoted through Twitter and through Instagram, I would definitely say if you're just starting and trying to figure out where you should start, I would definitely say Instagram, because like I said, it's more user-friendly for businesses. If you have a Shopify account, you can tag your products in your posts so customers can shop directly by tapping your Instagram post, and it'll take them directly to the website. And I also have my own domain now, so it is just shopmantraminerals.com. There is no .shopify.com or .bigcartel.com. And I think that's pretty important for your business, for people to, I don't want to say to take you seriously, but it looks a lot more professional, and that's for sure. So that's a little bit of my backstory. I'm still learning, of course. I'm 20 now. I've been doing this for about 6 years, but legally my business became official in 2018 when I was on my own and out of my partnership with my cousin. Of course, paying lots of money in taxes, but it is so worth it to do something that you love, to work from home. It is seriously worth it 1000%. So now I kind of just want to share some tips that I have for you and stuff that I wish that I had known when I was starting a business, and kind of just more tips for online businesses, but this can go for everybody. This is just what I've learned, what I have seen is working best for promoting your products, for higher sales, etc. My number 1 tip is huge, and it is be original. This is so important when you're starting a business, because me personally, I want to purchase from someone who is fulfilling their ideas and not just remaking something from somebody else's brand. You know what I mean? It's very different to take inspiration from someone in other shops. We all do it, but it's very different if you're remaking somebody's product or copying somebody's entire brand. No one really wants to purchase from someone who isn't being their true selves, and I know it can be super hard to think of ideas right off the bat, and it's a little hard to get creative sometimes, and we all get a little stuck. But if you can, watch YouTube videos, get creative, open a journal with a pen and just wait until something pops into your mind, whether it's thinking of your business name, your next product, what to create next, etc. My second tip is do not get discouraged. A lot of people starting their business tend to get pretty stuck after the first couple of months. Do not get discouraged. Starting your business and growth takes a long time, a lot of trial and error. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. This is how you learn and grow. Just do not give up. Keep trying new things. Keep up with something if you really want it to work and it hasn't yet. I promise you, if you do not give up, you will get what you're looking for in the end. My third tip is to invest in your business. This is also super important. A lot of people don't take a paycheck from their income, which I don't personally recommend. Maybe the first couple months that you're starting your business, you can invest 100% of your profit right back into your business to purchase more supplies, pay for shipping. Another way you can invest is by sponsoring your posts on Instagram after you become a business Instagram profile. I love to do this a lot because Instagram can target people that like posts just like yours, and it'll pop it onto their feed even if they don't follow you. So this is great for exposure, getting new faces, making a new client, and getting a new customer. And one more tip on investing into your business is making sure you have a good amount of inventory. I always make sure I have inventory in my room. As you can see behind me, I have quite a bit of crystals on my shelf right now. My house is kind of overflowing with, what's going on in the world. I kind of went a little crazy and made sure I had lots of inventory available for you guys. And kind of going along with the investing in your business, I think it's super important to get a separate bank account for your business. So I have a personal bank account and I have a business bank account. Anything that you purchase for your business, use on that business account, whether it's supplies at Michael's or Home Depot, or you're purchasing from a vendor, use that card. Do not mix up your personal and business. Makes it super easy for your accountant to do your taxes and just to keep track of your expenses throughout the year. My fifth tip is that I love to listen to motivational or business related podcasts while I'm working. So while I lay out orders, I will just open a tab on YouTube on my laptop and I will play a podcast in the background. This way you're multitasking, you're listening, you're getting pumped up, ready to do new things for your business. And I get a lot of my ideas from this. And two of my favorite people, there are so many. You can just look up motivational podcasts or even podcasts on how to be like a millionaire. Those are super motivating. I mean, who doesn't want to be a millionaire? Two favorite people are Gary Vee and Dan Lok. They make amazing content and just super interesting videos. I could listen to them all day. They're super educational. They're amazing for small business owners. And I definitely recommend doing that, especially if you're in a funk and you need a little push. This will help you open your mind a little bit and get some new ideas on what you can do next for your business. Tip number 6 is support other businesses, whether they're in the same field as you or not. If you see somebody else's sponsored post that they're paying to promote, definitely give it a like, leave a comment, even if it's emojis. More often than not, if you're supporting another business, they are most likely going to show you that same love and support right back. Do not expect support back, but it is more likely than not that it will happen. It's super important to show the love to those who are showing it to you. My 7th tip is to give back. Give back to your customers, give back to those who are being active on your post. Something that I love to do is I'll do little giveaways on Twitter every other week, I would like to say. Not exactly, but I try to do them pretty often. And on Instagram, what I like to do is I'll post my newest post to my story and I'll say, go leave a comment of what this post makes you feel or what you think about it. Even if you just leave your favorite emojis, and then the next morning I'll randomly choose someone who commented on that post to send a free crystal to, free of charge. They don't have to pay shipping or anything. And this is something I love to do to give back because I don't announce that I'm giving something away, but it's so much fun to win a giveaway when you're just showing your support for another business. I also do live sales typically every other week on Instagram. I'll do a live sale and I will always do a couple giveaways in there as well for those who stay through for the hour or two that I'm live. Again, free shipping. All you have to do is answer a question correctly. My 8th tip would be to have an account on most social media platforms or just social media platforms that you know you can be somewhat active on. TikTok is incredible right now. I'm not sure if it's going to be deleted anytime soon, but TikTok is an amazing app to just promote your business and show your personality, be funny, have fun. It's pretty easy to go viral on TikTok, so I definitely recommend putting your business on TikTok, make your account name your business name, and just really have fun with it. Get creative, do the trends, but kind of incorporate your business into it. That's something I seriously love doing because it kind of allows me to be creative. And you don't have to think too much because you'll see another business do it and you can always just tag them with credit if you get an idea from them, and it's so much fun. I definitely recommend making a TikTok even if you're against it like I used to be. I used to tease my friends about having a TikTok like, that's for 11-year-olds, but then I caved and I got it as a joke, and I love TikTok and I'm not afraid to say it. Tip number 8 is something I heard from a Gary Vee podcast, and this is that your customers don't always want to feel like they're being sold something. Of course, on your business, social media, you want to advertise your products, absolutely. You want to take advantage of that, but just don't overuse it. I think that your customers would love to invest a little bit in your personal life. They would like to know more about you, how you started, maybe show them some stuff in your personal collection or a hobby of yours or something you're passionate about. And not to be biased towards crystal shops only, but any business, just don't always be posting when you're trying to sell somebody something. Be sure that you're engaging with your customers, asking how their day is going. Talk about big topics in the world right now and just make educational posts. You can make a post about your products, why they're so special, anything like that, but don't try to overuse your advertising and make your business account specifically to make money. While we all want to make money and have a successful business, I think that this is key to build a strong relationship with your clientele and just really care about one another, because you want a clientele that not only cares about your products but also about you. Those are all the tips that I could think of for today. There's honestly so much in my brain that I just can't really get all out into one video. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I've seriously wanted to make my YouTube, like I said, for the longest time. I'm so happy to finally be sitting down doing it. I'm about to figure out how to edit and I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but I seriously had so much fun filming this video and I really hope to make some more soon. I would love to hear what you guys want to see from me, whether it's regarding my crystal business, just universal business stuff, how a day in my life kind of looks while running my business, what it looks like when I get home and I have new inventory, how I price, stuff like that, I'd be more than happy to make content that you guys want to see. With this account, I definitely want it to be centered around entrepreneurship and business stuff as well, but I also want to get into vlogging when I'm able to go back to the gem shows when they open back up. Of course, I want to get a little bit personal with this account and I want you to get to know me as well. But until then, be sure to check out my Instagram. I'm the most active on there. My user will be in the description, but it is just Mantra Minerals. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!